This channel is supported by the following brands.
Hi, I'm Nico and welcome to my channel.
For today's video, we will be talking about my favorite putty, and it's something you've seen me use quite a lot. And also, a lot of you are curious about this. So let's talk about it. So this tin can contains UV light curing putty, and this is from a brand called GEMO or GEMO. It's a Taiwanese brand if I'm not mistaken. They used to be called MS² or something when I first got them. I've actually had these for 3 years now. The manufacturer reached out to me and sent me these 2 containers, and until now, I've yet to finish 1 container. I'm not really sure if there's resellers in the US or in Europe, but I will put the links below for their Facebook and some of the resellers that I found. So for today's video, I will be sharing some of the uses of this putty. The first one, and this is something you've always seen me do, is to fill up gaps or holes. Usually, I know people would use epoxy putty or liquid plastic putty, but then they would have to wait for that to cure before they can work on it again. Or with plastic putty, you have to apply a second and third layer. I'm impatient with stuff like that, so with this one, I can just apply some and then hit it with the UV light for a couple of seconds. And then, it's hard enough that I can sand it or carve it. After not more than 10 to 15 seconds, it's hard enough that you can do whatever you want with it. And usually, if there's tiny holes or gaps left, I use super glue, since it can run through those tiny gaps and it dries really fast as well, so I can sand again after a couple of seconds. Next up, I also like to use this putty to remove unwanted designs. If I don't like the panel line design, I use this or super glue to remove it. The more putty you apply, the more you have to sand. So you really should apply just enough and then flatten it against the part for less sanding. It works really well for removing unwanted designs because you can also scribe over it just fine. It's like a resin part. And lastly, I use this for sculpting work on dioramas. It's not better than epoxy clay because sometimes it crumbles in your hands when trying to sculpt with it. But you can make it work. I sculpted roots out of this putty to put on a diorama like 2 years ago. I just grabbed some and then rolled it into a snake, and then I hit it with the UV light afterwards. And then I carved out some lines on it to resemble the texture on roots. I did this after it hardened because it's easier. After that, I had roots already. I've seen people sculpt horns and stuff with this too. And before I end the video, one trick that I want to share with you is that if you want to smoothen the putty, like when you're sculpting or you're filling up gaps and you don't want to sand too much, you can brush over with the putty with some IPA, with some 99% IPA. This will smoothen it immediately, kind of like using water on clay pottery. I think 70% IPA or ethyl alcohol can work too. I just haven't tried using them. And that's it. I hope this answers some questions about this putty. And like always, comment down below what other tutorials you want to see next. Bye!
Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe and watch my other videos.